Here you can see citronella plant, and what this does really is, if you just cut open and smell the leaf, it smells of odorous. So these plants are effectively used as mosquito repellents, as insect repellents, and since the time we have about 6 feet to 8 feet of space, we have planted only citronella, and there are absolutely no mosquitoes on our site.
Great pleasure to meet Purvi and observe her precious organic farm. Let's see some photos before. Purvi Dalal, practicing architect, interior designer for last 25 years and industrial designer too, which she has done from Milan, Italy. And now by vocation, Purvi along with her sisters and brother-in-law teach people how to invest in themselves and evolve through Kriya Yoga under their organization Health Bank Yoga Studio and Sound Spa. She herself will enlighten us with all the intro and useful info about her organic farm, which is really commendable. Do listen to the inspirational speech of her Mausi ahead. In the hustle and bustle in Thane city, we can see some green patch over here. Isn't it wondersome? If you find this video inspirational, then do share and subscribe my channel. Let's get back to Purvi.
Hello everyone, I'm Purvi Dalal. I'm an architect and an industrial designer by profession, and in this plot of land we have our furniture workshop where we make customized bespoke furniture for our clients. And suddenly with a stroke of luck, a huge piece of land owned by the landlord was made available to us. So initially actually I had no clue what to do with this piece of land, and that's when I approached my master who has taught me Kriya Yoga, or I can call her my life coach. And she has been taking care of every small plant in the most loving way in her ashram. And with that knowledge, with that backing, we started this little project. So we began with a site visit. We had a gardener, and with those two things we made a whole layout of what plant complements which tree, what goes well, what are the seasons. So with all the knowledge from my master Guruma Bharti Nirmal, we put the whole thing on paper first and then we implemented. So we got about 1,000 plants, and then with her knowledge, with her different understanding of seasons, with that we started with a small project. What we did is, all along the periphery of this land we have fruit growing trees like banana, papaya, and then in between we made these mud beds, and in the beds we started planting seeds for leafy vegetables. I really had no knowledge. All my interest was whatever you know about plants, that you enjoy gardening, or you do something very small at the level of your balcony or a house project. That's as much as I knew. But with Guruma's knowledge, then we really took off in this project. The whole idea was just to reach out to more and more people with organic leafy vegetables. This is all that we started with. Also, the idea was that when we have a conscious community, then how do we plant, what is our requirement, what do we need to complement the leafy vegetables. So with a little bit of that background, the project took off. And before about 5,000 square feet of land was, there were fruit growing trees, there were leafy vegetables. Then came the second phase of this project, where somebody suggested to us, one of the landscape or somebody working on farming projects in the rural areas. So he suggested to us that why don't we look at medicinal plants, and then that seemed like a great idea. With a lot of backing from Ulhas Karleji, we took off on the second part of the project, where we got a lot of medicinal plants. And as you can see over here, we have lemongrass, we have citronella. Citronella is which is used in your odomous plants. So these plants, once you initially I remember there used to be tons of big mosquitoes in this area, and then after in a small bed of about 8 feet by 10 feet we have planted citronella, and all the mosquitoes have disappeared, be it rainy season, be it evening, there are no mosquitoes over here. So we also, there are different kinds of tulsis. So Guruma introduced us to some of the different tulsis, what are their qualities, and so we have about 5 to 6 types of tulsis which are planted over here. One which tastes like bodyshape, one which tastes like peppermint, then one tastes which is called sweet basil, it's sabja, then one is our normal tulsi. So we really enjoyed this process of different plants, and the idea is just to reach out to more people with organic, medicinal and leafy vegetables. Sabja, this is also about 10 feet by 10 feet. Here we have only with local materials or whatever materials that were available on site. Over here we have some bamboos, some branches, some sticks that are collected from site, and this entirely has been made by the 2 gardeners who are on site over here. And we have planted dudhi, then gosari, watermelon. See if you can just focus onto the watermelon, the small watermelon. Yes.
Oh.
As I said, this is the first time we are doing something like this. And we got these seeds, one of my, I practice architecture, so one of my Kadiya, he goes to UP and he got me these seeds. All what he had told me was that when you exchange the land and the seed, then the outcome of the crop is much better. And we are seeing that the gosari, which, these are white, got a truckload of mud and cow dung, and that was the only thing that we started with. But then, as I told you, Guruma's relative, he suddenly called up Guruma and he says that he has lots of wastage coming out of shisham furniture, or he makes furniture out of shisham. And so she asked me that, why don't we experiment? So we got those shisham bags, all those that are lying over here, and we use that, we mix them up with the mud before we plant the seeds. So all these are currently, we have planted seeds in them. And so also recently we have also got shenkhat, which Guruma makes herself in her ashram, and so that shenkhat itself is so energetic that once you use this, we can see the difference in the vegetables that come out of this place.
Okay.
And also what the feedback that we have got is that these vegetables last for more than 10 days. Of course they have to be refrigerated, but even then they are very fresh and they last for more than 10 days.
Okay.
So that's the feedback that everyone gives us.
Okay. Good. You don't use the liquid fertilizer?
We use a lot of gaumutra. Whenever there are any insecticides, or we feel that something is, the health of the plants is not so great, then we sprinkle gaumutra, which is, we use a concentrate and maybe 20 liters of water and then spray them onto the plants. What we have seen is, after spraying gaumutra on these plants, there was like a huge, the growth was very, fast.
Okay.
So generally what takes about 25 days, suddenly we saw that by 17th, 18th day, it was good for, collecting.
So what pesticides you use for this?
So the whole project started as an organic project, and there is no pesticide used at all. At the most, we use neem oil or gaumutra, but no pesticide has been used in this land at all.
Okay.
If you look at the health of the plants, so these are, look at the leaves, there is no need to use any pesticide at all. These are all the banana plants, and as I said that in the very first part of the project, we had made a layout where Guruma had guided us that all the fruit growing trees will be along the periphery of the plot, and therefore this entire row is bananas. And actually we were shocked with the amount of bananas that were coming, because we were not prepared for this kind of a produce, ek khatam hua dusra khatam hua teesra. So many bananas, and we are again, these are also organic, and we generally, I have a group of friends, so they are on my WhatsApp, and then we reach out to more and more through this, only through WhatsApp.
Okay.
Hi everyone, just showing off my organic farm produce for today. And And there palak is on its way. These are all mirchi saplings. This is another variety of chilies. Needs no taking care of. We just planted a few, and then in a few days it started growing so fast. It's used for as an essential oil. It is used in your soaps, in a lot of scents. So we are looking at different ways of reaching out to people who are using this in who need organic scents. So maybe we will take some help from any Ayurvedic organization. We have spoken to a few. So once they come visit, then we will take the project even further. This is a plant which is ambe more, and all you have to do is use it. It's like a flavoring for your rice. Okay. So just before cooking your rice, you can pull the leaves up and use them in stir fry. It gives you that flavor of ambe more. Then this is sweet basil. This also has grown really very fast, and it has a slight taste of Italian basil. The seeds that come out of these, they are called sabjas, which are excellent to be had with water in summer season. It really helps to cool you down. So this is Kapur Tulsi. I will just, you can just smell that. So it tastes like Kapur. So if you look at this lal mat, these are the seeds that have come from UP, and it is very peculiar. It is red from the bottom but green on top. It has a slightly different taste, but as I said, the customers have given us very good feedback. It's a different kind of lal mat. If you look at this crop of palak, really very healthy, ready to be plucked in maybe a few 2 or 3 more days. What is this? This is also lal mat, but we have retained this for the seeds. These are the seeds. We are retaining some plants so that we can collect seeds. Though this is also an experiment we have just recently started. This is Kolkata pan. We have yet to put bamboos and allow the plants to grow taller. I have help from a lot of friends. Care for Nature is another organization which has been actively helping me. Ullas Karleji has been actively helping me. So, in fact, when we started with the medicinal plants, he was the first one to buy our first set of medicinal plants.
How you contact the customers?
We never wanted to go into the open market or take it to a vegetable vendor. But what we decided is there are so many of our friends and relatives, so all the people around Thane. We made a WhatsApp group, and everyone was very eager to consume this organic vegetables, organic leafy vegetables. So just by word of mouth, we got a WhatsApp group together, and there are times where in about 20 to 30 minutes of announcing, the bananas are gone, the lal mat, palak is all gone. So it takes no time for us to reach out to people. आजो मासी, अहिया आवो. मासी आजो. आता आम्ही ती दुधी लावली आहे आणि घोसाळी लावली आहेत, and they have come, the seeds have come from UP, म्हणून ते whitish घोसाळी. So these are the beautiful Ajwain leaves. When we had opened this place for people, we had actually made bhajiyas with these Ajwain leaves.
Wow.
We had also made chai with all the ingredients available right here.
Okay.
So that was how we had opened the place to everyone.
Okay.
These are shatavari plants, and we have one recipe. If you use this in your soups, it is very healthy. And also a lot of birds are frequent visitors to this place. So we see a lot of different birds, and just sitting here and watching them is great fun.
Yeah. So morning time would be chirping time.
Yes, so let me introduce you to my entire family, my 2 sisters. So with their help, we have started the strength behind the project was with these 2. Then my mom and my Masi, her sister. So lot of support from the entire family for healthy, nutritious, organic food. So we all, as Alpa, the eldest sister, she's a doctor. So there's this very healthy atmosphere at home, and that is where we got into, organic food, not only at our home, but reach this to as many homes as possible. Your group, they are the ones who came up with the idea of recording this entire project, and thank you very much. And thank you Anjali, thank you Sheila-tai. So glad they could come and visit the project. I hope now we can reach to more and more people.
All the best to you.
Thank you.
मुझे इतनी खुशी हो रही है कि मेरी बड़ी बेटी है ना, वो डॉक्टर है और वो दोनों बेटियां आर्किटेक्ट है। वो सब पैसे के पीछे नहीं है, लेकिन वो प्रकृति से जुड़े हैं। और ये फार्म में 5 तत्व है, पृथ्वी धातु है, अग्नि है, जल है, वायु है। तो ये प्रकृति से जुड़ते हैं तो हमें क्या मिलता है? वो लोग को पैसे बहुत मिल रहे हैं, लेकिन सिर्फ पैसा जीवन के लिए पर्याप्त नहीं है, लेकिन प्रकृति से जुड़ते हैं और वो जो मिल रहा है, तो मुझे इतना गौरव हो रहा है कि आज हमारी तीनों बेटियां प्रकृति से जुड़ के मतलब खुद इंटरनल प्रोग्रेस कर रही है। स्पिरिचुअल वो कर ही रहे हैं, लेकिन जब प्रकृति से खुद जुड़ते हो, आज तो है ना बस हाई राइज बिल्डिंग, सीमेंट, वो लोग भी लकड़ी और सीमेंट के साथ काम करते हैं, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी ये जो प्रकृति से जुड़े हैं वो देख के मैं गौरव महसूस करती हूँ और बहुत खुशी होती है कि आज जो हम प्रकृति से दूर जा रहे हैं, इसलिए दवाइयाँ ज़्यादा खानी पड़ रही है, इसलिए ज़्यादा हॉस्पिटल्स खुल रहे हैं, लेकिन प्रकृति की गोद में रह के जो ये प्रगति कर रही है तो वो बहुत खुशी की बात है। और आप सब लोग आके ये मतलब प्रेरणा दे रहे हो, तो वो और आगे बढ़ने वाली है, उसमें तो कोई शंका ही नहीं।
Please refer to the description box to get the contact number of architect Purvi Dalal.
હવે પાન ઉપર જાય છે, પણ બીજા બધા જગ્યાએ છે ને ફિનિશિંગો આવે, એના પાન તો ઊંડું તો દાળ બનાવે ત્યારે ધોઈ કાપવાનું પણ એના તો મોરીના એક